Racing. Hyper Marionation dropped out towards the rear of the field, and A Good Night's well back, and Jaws of Life amongst the tail enders early. Bay Fury, one of the first to bounce out. It leads down the straight the first time with Danes Riker. Becca Rickley out wide, coming down the outside, and getting the run of the race. Albert's Lass is fourth over on the fence. A break then to A Good Night, followed by Jaws of Life next to last, and Hyper Marionation is at the rear. They leave the straight astern and go past the 1200, and Danes Riker has assumed the mantle in front and leads the way. It's a length and a quarter clear. Becca Rickley freewheeling into second spot around the outside of Bay Fury, who drops back into a nice spot third. They are followed by Albert's Lass, the favourite, having every possible chance and travelling nicely for Reece Goodwin. They're about 3 lengths in front of A Good Night. Jaws of Life over on the rail, and Hyper Marionation back at the rear. Down the back straight, they've got about 700 metres left to go, and rolling along, Becca Rickley moving up on the outside now to have a crack at Danes Riker, but Danes Riker shakes it off and gets 3/4 clear of Becca Rickley, now under pressure, easing out 3 wide. The favourite Albert's Lass has strode up beautifully to tackle the leader, and now races to the front for Goodwin as they run inside the 400. A break then to Bay Fury, well back A Good Night. Hyper Marionation is back at the rear. Jaws of Life next to last, but turning for home, and Reece Goodwin said, "Ta-da! I'll see you back in the winner's enclosure." Albert's Lass has dashed away. It's about 6 in front from Danes Riker battling away, then Bay Fury. But down the straight, this is going to walk in. Albert's Lass won by 10 lengths. Second placing Danes Riker. A long head away third, Bay Fury, then Hyper Marionation. Jaws of Life. Next to last, A Good Night, and Becca Rickley last in. Well, that was a procession, ladies and gentlemen. Had that race won a long way out. Albert's Lass, ridden by Reece Goodwin, started odds on and won.